We will now discuss the syntactic knowledge. Syntactic knowledge is the knowledge of how words can be combined together to form a meaningful sentence. Not only meaningful sentences, phrases, as well as utterances. It involves the way that words are assembled and sentences are constructed in a particular language. Syntax is a Greek word which means organizing or placing in terms of the arrangement of words, in terms of a placement of a word. Sentences is basically the expression of thoughts in words. Now, if we look at a sentence, for a sentence to convey the intended meaning or grammatical meaning or a correct meaning, it is important that the words are arranged in a specific order. They are placed in a specific order to convey the intended meaning. If the words are not placed in an organized or a specific manner or in a specific order, then it leads to ambiguous understanding of a meaning or incorrect interpretation of a sentence. Sentences are of three or sometimes more than three. The agreed number is the 4 types. One is declarative, interrogative, imperative, and explanatory. The declarative is the expression of thoughts in declaration or assertion. Interrogative is the expression of thoughts in a questioning form. Imperative is commanding or requesting. And exclamatory is the expression of strong emotions. Our knowledge of words is the syntactic category or part of speech to which they belong. 2 words belong to the same syntactic category when they can substitute for one another in a sentence. For example, the aging pianist stunned the audience. Now, this is the example when we have to look at the words which belong to the same syntactic category and when they can substitute for one another. So this particular example, when you look at it, we see that we can replace aging with any number of words such as wealthy, poor, fat, slim, smart, and so on. Although the substitutions may change, the meaning of a sentence remains grammatical. The sentence remains grammatical. So this can be substituted with number of other options, but still the meaning will not change. One advantage of using syntactic categories is that we can formulate grammatical rules in terms of categories rather than lexical items. 1 class word, 2 class word, Agrammatism. Traditionally, grammatical theory has recognized the syntactic categories of noun, verb, adjectives, adverb, pronoun, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Now, from psychological point of view, you can see that these categories, they can be placed into 2 groups. Open class words, sometimes called the content class or the content words, includes nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. And then you have closed class. So you have open class words and you have closed class words. Now, open class words, which can be called content words, as I've just explained, they include nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverb. And the closed class verbs, they are called function words, and they include determiners, pronouns, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. We all know number of open class words, and that number continues to grow, so you continue to add more and more open words. Now, in contrast, closed class words are much smaller in number, a few hundred in English, and are used over and over again. So we can see that open class words can grow, whereas the number remains quite small as far as the closed class words are concerned, especially in the English language. Now, agrammatism, what is that? Agrammatism refers to, basically, when we try to look at it, we see that it is the neurologists who have found that some patients suffer from a condition called agrammatism. Agrammatism or agrammatic patient frequently omit closed class words and from their sentences while preserving open class words somewhat better. So these patients who suffer from agrammatism, they frequently omit closed class words from their sentences while they preserve open class words which are somewhat in a better condition. In addition, they process closed class words differently than individuals without neurological damage. So that's the difference between those who suffer from agrammatism, that they not only omit closed, but they also process closed in a different manner from those people who do not suffer from any neurological damage. Hence, syntax refers to the rules used to join words into meaningful sentences, sentences into coherent paragraphs, and paragraphs into longer passages.